Welcome to the Profitpreneur Power Play podcast, your daily dose of strategies, insights, and action steps to grow your business and build your freedom. It's time to stop playing small and start making power plays.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. So excited to have you here in our podcast today. Question. How often do you use forms on your website? Because here's the thing, the form is actually one of the most powerful conversion tools in your entire business. So today's guest is here to show us how to make them smarter, simpler, and way more effective, because I sure don't know how to do it. And this is, of course, my amazing techie husband, Sonny Walton. He is founder and CEO of ProfitSites. He has studied FINRA Series 3 and Series 34, and he is a certified Google Ads, Google Analytics, and YouTube Ads expert. He's fluent in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Facebook ads, and knows every major platform inside and out, including platforms like Go High Level, ClickFunnels, Kartra, Kajabi, WordPress, you name it, he knows it. So today, Sonny's breaking down how to build smarter forms that adapt to your audience, forms that ask the right questions, respond to the right people, and lead to higher conversions without more effort. Are y'all ready for that? I know I am. All right, let's bring him out. Hey. So forms, huh?
Yep. Yeah, I figured this would kind of be interesting and kind of fun because there's some pretty cool things you can do with the form. So
love it. All right, cool. Oh, last week you were showing something. Yeah.
Yep. So
just real quick, yeah.
Yeah, so the issue wasn't the actual workflow, it was that I sent my email to the wrong email. So there was a certain email that was already in the pipeline that I needed to send it to. And so once I sent it to that particular email, then the workflow worked. So
okay. Yeah, see, you guys, it can be just something little like that, and you feel like you want to pull your hair out, but if you just pause and take a breath, you'll be able to figure it out, especially if you got Sonny as your guide to kind of help you along with this. Because get this, it didn't take him a week to figure this out. It was literally right after we ended the podcast, like 5 minutes later, he was like, oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Anyway, go ahead. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm really excited to talk to you about forms, so go for it.
Alrighty. All right. So yeah, it was literally 5 minutes after we ended that I figured that out, whatever. So yeah, so today we're talking about how to build forms inside of ProfitSites, but not just regular little forms. We're gonna slice it up a little bit. We're going to show you how to build forms that actually do things, right? So whether it's showing or hiding certain questions based on the user input, the way they answered a certain question, you can redirect people to different pages based on the answers. You can even display a different message based on what people chose. Okay, so this is called using form logic. Okay, there's a feature inside of ProfitSites with the forms. We can add logic to the forms. All right, so I am going to share my screen and just kind of show you. Let's see, share screen. We're doing that screen. All right. So first off, this is proof. You can see 8:47 was the last removed end of workflow. 8:52, like I said, literally 5 minutes later is when I figured out, and got the automation to work. So you can see 8:50, 8:47, then 8:52, then all the entire workflow worked. The update opportunity, add tag. So yeah, it wasn't the workflow. It was I sent it to the wrong email. So Now let's go into forms. So forms, you can get there by going into websites and funnels, and then you can go into forms. I'm going to particularly go into surveys. Surveys is basically the same thing as forms, except that with surveys, it's going to be mostly a like one question at a time thing, which is kind of what I like to do, especially if you have more than like 3 fields to fill out on one page. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new survey, and we're probably just going to do a template real quick. Just add we can just add any theme here. Let's use this one. All right. And so now I'm just going to add in some form fields just so we can have a form built out here. So we have over here, you can add objects from the quick add menu here, or you can add fields that you already have set. So the first thing we're going to do is going to add just basic contact fields here. Okay. And then we have general info fields. So what we're going to do is we are going to, as a matter of fact, let's use this because this form I can't this theme I can't see certain things that well. Let's just do the default for now because I need you guys to see this. So there's a plus icon right here. All right, so we can do this. We can click that and add a slide. That's going to add another page to the survey. So we can add let's add city, country, website. All right. Let's see. And then let's actually add a new field. Let's just do a multiple choice field, so a radio field. And I'm just going to ask just a demo question. You know, how do you feel? And then we're just going to add in some options here, right? So we're just going to do great, I'm okay, not so good, and terrible. And then we're gonna add one more field here. So I'm just gonna duplicate this one, and I'm just gonna ask a different question. I'm gonna say let's see. What type of oh, let's do vehicle do you own? And then for options, let's do SUV. Let's do hybrid. Let's do sedan, and let's do coupe. Then let's add one more. Let's do Jeep. Oops. Okay. All right. Now, so for certain fields, we can do is add required. So I want to make it required that they have their last name filled out here. I'm going to move this first name up here. First name, last name. So first name required, last name is already required. We can tell by this asterisk here. We have email, country, website, city, and then these questions here. So Let's say, for example, I'm going to go up here to the form logic. So this top left icon here. Now we have a few options that we can do. We can redirect to URL, disqualify, we can jump to a specific slide, we can display a custom message, or we can show a hide fields. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to set up a URL redirect, right? So this is going to be based off of how they answer a certain question. So let's say if they say their city, let's say it contains Las Vegas, we're going to take them to let's just say Amazon.com, right? Of course, it would be a website, a web page on your site, and you can display a specific message on that page. Okay, but just for the sake of time, I'm just putting in a certain website. So this is going to say redirect to this URL if the person answers the city question and their answer contains Las Vegas. We're going to send them to Amazon.com. Okay. Then I can add another one that says if their city contains New York, we can send them to, I don't know, Target.com. Right. So you can show a person a different page based on how they answer a certain question. So that's what this is for. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is going to look at disqualify lead, right? So let's say if their email contains let's say ProfitSites obc.com, we're going to you can either disqualify them immediately or after they finish filling out the form. Okay, so let's just do immediately so that we can see this effect happen once we actually do this. So disqualify immediately, and then you can either show a custom message or open a URL. We'll do a custom message, and we're just going to say you're disqualified. Okay. Another thing we can do is we can jump to specific slides based on a certain answer. So, and let me see if I even have enough slides for this. If I answer, yeah, so let's add one more slide here. And let's move this question down to this slide here. Boom. And then let's add one more, and then let's just duplicate that, move that down, and then let's just do what color is your hair? Say black, say brown, blonde, white. All right, so the reason I want to set up that next slide is because what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this slide if they answer the question, how do you feel? If they answer terrible, I'm going to skip the slide and go to what color is your hair. They're not going to see what type of vehicle do you own. So let's get rid of this. Okay. So I'm going to go back up to conditional logic, jump to, and then what did I say the slide was? How do you feel? and it's going to jump to what color is your hair. So how do you feel is equal to terrible. Then we're going to jump to the last slide, which is P5, and you can name these so that you know what these slides are. So for example, instead of it saying slide 5, I can name it hair color, right? Just so you know what the field is, especially if you're doing conditional logic, so that in here, right, we can see it says hair color, right? P5 is hair color, so we know what question it is. All right. We're also going to let's do display custom message based on user input. So let's say if what type of vehicle do you own is equal to, let's just say Jeep, then we're going to display that message. And then we can do another one that says type of vehicle is equal to hybrid. You own a hybrid. And then one more, we're going to do show hide fields. So actually, let me go back in here and I'm going to actually add a field here. Now for the radio selection, you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it, because you can see that on the options here, you have this option that says allow other options. So if I select that, it's going to allow a person to fill it in manually. And so they'll be able to type in the answer instead of just selecting one. But let's do, just for the sake of the example, if this was not a radio field, and you wanted to show a custom field based on what they selected, we would add in another field. So I'm just gonna add in a single line, no, multi-line field here, and I'm gonna call this why is your hair black? And we are going to hide this field. So we're going to make this field hidden. And it's only going to display if the person selects black. So we're going to go over into conditional logic. And we're going to say show hide field if what color is your hair is equal to black, then show why is your hair black. All right, so that's all of them. Now, let's go through these one by one so we can see. So first thing, let's do, all right, if what type of vehicle you own is equal to hybrid, show you own a hybrid. If it says Jeep, show you're a Jeep owner. So we're just going to preview. We're going to select country. All right. Let's do great. So this is the field that shows up if you select show custom option. So if I select this, then I can just type in the answer, or I can just select one of these. Okay. Now we did black. I actually kind of forgot what the first one I was doing here, but let me just do this one real quick. So what color is your hair? Black. If I select black, you see this option pops up. Why is your hair black? Select brown or blonde or white, it doesn't show up. So that was one of the ones that we set up. Okay. Okay. So we got the hair black one to show up. Let's go back to our original. Let's select either a Jeep or a hybrid. Okay. So again, I'm gonna do Jeep or hybrid. I'm gonna skip these. All right, we're gonna do Jeep. All right, so you can see it says, "Yay, you're a Jeep owner." Yay. So that was the message that I put in to show since they filled that out. And then um if we did it again and we did hybrid, let me actually make these unrequired so I can just skip these just for the sake of time. Let's leave email. All right, so now, whoops. So then we're going to select hybrid so we can see the other custom message. All right, so now we should see the hybrid message. You own a hybrid, okay? The other one, redirect. So we're gonna put in for city. We're gonna do Las Vegas. Then we're gonna do New York. So Las Vegas is gonna be Amazon. New York is gonna take us to Target. I have this unlocked. Las Vegas. And so we're taken to the website that we set up, which is Amazon. But of course, you will take them to a custom page that you own and control from your website. And then let's do New York now. So New York. So this should take us to target.com because that is the website that we set up to take them to if they answered that question a certain way. Let's see. We have, I think, 2 left. So if how do you feel is equal to terrible, we're going to jump to the hair color question. Okay. All right, so terrible. So we're not gonna. It's gonna jump straight. It should jump straight to the hair color question. Yeah. So it skipped the other question. So if we would have answered this, not so good. Now we'll see what type of vehicle do you own. But since I set it up to say if they answer terrible, skip the vehicle question and go to the hair color question. That's what it's doing. Okay. And then one more, if the email contains ProfitSites LBC, show you're disqualified. Now you can set up what the disqualification looks like. Okay, so if you go into the options I probably have to search for it because I don't remember exactly where it is. Let's see. Oh, I think it may be on settings actually. Message style. Where's my disqualification setup? Survey label, control label, style. Was that another build I was talking about? Enable buttons. I might be getting this mixed up with another builder, but let's just see what it does. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put in ProfitSites email and see what happens on the disqualification. Oh yeah, so it went immediately and just says you are disqualified. So now with the disqualification action, remember we can set up to where it either shows a message, right? We can show a message or we can open a specific URL if we want to. And then we can also choose if they get disqualified immediately like we just did, or if it waits until they finish the survey and submit it, then it disqualifies them after they submit by either showing that custom message or opening a URL. Okay. Oops. Cool. So yeah, that is about it. So I like to give a not really assignment but a challenge, right? If you go into your ProfitSites account, go into your forms. So you get to that by websites and funnels. You can do surveys or forms and set yourself up a form. Play around with it, right? Make yourself a smart form, and use it to do these things so that you have some practice in setting up these cool forms that can do these things for you. Okay. Alrighty.
I don't know why we
Well,
look like this on the side. Now I'm gone.
Which one is it? Is it this one? This one? No.
I don't
I
know what
stopped
you're
sharing.
clicking.
Oh, this one. This one.
Which one? Thank you.
Yeah, we got.
All right. Very cool. Now, it's funny that this is your topic for today because I was just looking up some stuff earlier for this project I'm working on, and I'm gonna need a form. So at least I have an idea of how I would do that. But guess what I'm gonna do, you guys? I'm gonna do what y'all can do. You can just hire Sunny to do it for you. So that's something that's really cool. I mean, yes, your challenge for this weekend is to just kind of, look around inside of your ProfitSites account. I know a lot of y'all mainly focus on the training lessons for the education track that you're in, but also take some time to go into ProfitSites because that is a full business center for you. So it's more than just the website, it's more than just the funnels. You also have the ability to do things like this. You can have your forms and you can use them to qualify, disqualify people. You can use it to learn more about folks without seeming like it's an interrogation. You can make it more fun. There's so many things that you can do with these forms and surveys and stuff. So it's really exciting once you start getting the hang of it. But you'll never get the hang of it if you never at least play around with it and try it. And I want you to do this with the mentality of a child almost. And I say that to mean I want you to allow yourself to mess up. You send a kid out in the wild playground, right? And they go crazy. Yeah, they might fall down and stuff. They're not going to feel embarrassed. They're just going to get back up and go back to playing. So if you set something up and it doesn't work quite right, and you stumbled a little bit, that's totally fine. Just get back up and keep trying again. And like we've been saying this entire time, you have us, well, Sunny, as somebody that can support you. You have an entire community where you can go and ask questions as well. There's a full knowledge base to help you out with stuff as well. Like, get out there and try this, because like we've been saying, technology is advancing, the world is advancing day by day, minute by minute. So you definitely don't want to get left behind. You want to at least start learning some basic things. So when you learn more of this, you have more of an edge in your business. Okay. So definitely make sure that you try these things out. And if for some reason all else fails, you can get done for you services through Sunny and his agency. Okay. So ProfitSites does have that capability as well. All right. So you guys, here's the truth. Most forms just collect information and they boring as hell. Y'all know that. But smart forms create conversations, and then they can qualify leads, they can guide your audience and increase conversions automatically. When your forms adapt to your audience, you stop guessing what they want, what they need, what they like, what they desire, and you start getting real data that leads to real sales. You also stop wasting time, because you'll know exactly what they want, what they need, what they desire, and you can show up and deliver that instead of guessing. So inside of your Profitpreneur membership, we show you exactly how to build systems, automation, and smart forms like this that make your business easier to run and easier to scale. So look inside the description, go ahead and get your 14-day trial. And yeah, when your forms get smarter, your business grows faster. It's as simple as that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging with us. Have an amazing weekend, and we look forward to seeing you back here on Monday. Bye, guys.